Alright, this is your TELUS security panel, and this is the first screen that you will always be greeted with unless it's showing the slideshow screensavers. Just tap it to wake it up. This button right here will allow you to arm and disarm your security system. Arming stay will arm it instantly and only monitor door and window sensors. Arming away will give you time to exit the home and monitor door, window, and motion sensors.
Arm stay.
Arm stay arms immediately because you're staying in the home. To disarm it, you have to type in any of the user access codes you have set up.
System is now disarmed. Select arm system
And
type.
arming it away
Mode selected.
will give you time to exit. Just click this button to add more time. This window over here is currently empty, but if a door or window was open, it would show the sensor as currently open. If you go to arm it,
Select arm system type. Away mode selected. Front door bypass.
it will change to bypass mode. Bypass means it's going to ignore that sensor while it's armed. Even if you close the door while the counter is still counting down, it will stay on bypass. So you have to cancel it, close the door, and then rearm it. There will be a notification set up that if anybody arms the system and any sensor is bypassed, it will send a notification to your phone or email, depending on how you set it up. More information on that will be in the alarm.com website video. Also here on the main
Garage
page,
door closed.
you can
Garage door unknown.
see all of your sensors in this list. Up here at the top, you have the weather with the high and low of today. Tap it and you get a 4-day forecast. To make any of these white boxes go away, click in the gray area outside of the white box. With the TELUS logo up here, if you tap on that, you'll get our 1-800 number for security. If you have any problems, questions, issues, or you would like to add more equipment, you can call this number. Here is the website for more information on our system. Up here there's some video tutorials. They are about this panel and they play right here on the panel. They don't go into much in depth with the rest of your system. Up here, the message, alerts, alarms, you may have a red indicator stating how many notifications are there. Click on it and you can acknowledge all and make them go away. Once again, click in the gray area to make it go away. Down here at the bottom, you will see this on all the pages. This is your emergency buttons. If you tap that, you get your 3 large emergency buttons here. If you tap either of those, the panel is going to make a lot of noise, 80 decibels, screen will go red, and you will have to type in a user access code to shut it up. But even after you've typed in a code, or maybe before, you will start to receive calls on all the emergency contact phone numbers asking if you are all right and asking for your password to prove that it's you answering the phone. That's the 3 big ones. If you hit either of the silent alarm buttons at the bottom, the screen will just go away. It will not make a sound. Nobody will call you, but the cops will be sent. Be very careful around these 2 lower buttons. And once again, to make this window go away, I recommend tapping around the top in the gray area to make it go away. If you tap along the bottom and your finger accidentally goes too high, you won't know until the cops knock on your door. So that's it for the first page. We're going to swipe to the next page. And this system has a door lock installed. And if you tap the key, it will lock or unlock your door. Your battery percentage will be up here. Our demo board is currently low battery. If you have multiple door locks, swipe up and down here to cycle through your different locks. Swiping to the next page, we have our thermostat here. You can change the temperature, turn on the fan, change the heat or cooling mode. You can see the battery percentage that is left in the thermostat if you have a battery-operated model. Swiping to the next page, we have our garage door. Now, not all of our garage door controllers will show on your panel at the moment, but in a future update it will. That's just our demo board, being our demo board. Once again, if you have multiple garage door openers, you can just cycle up and down between them. Swiping to our next page, panel camera photos. The panel has a camera, and every time somebody disarms by typing in a 4-digit code, it's going to snap a picture of their face. Anytime the alarm is activated, it's going to snap one picture and one video. And on the alarm.com webpage, you can turn on an option that uploads these photos to the alarm.com webpage. That will be covered in another video. Swiping to the next page, we see our cameras that are currently installed, the doorbell camera and the outdoor camera. If this page is not showing for you and you do have cameras, it has to be enabled on the alarm.com webpage. Swiping to the last page, just an info page. Swiping again, we're back to the beginning. The last thing to have a look at up here, tapping on this bar or swiping down, will give you volume, panel brightness, and some settings options. Going into the settings here, there's not too much to mess up on this first page. You can easily change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, change some display settings. Now going into the advanced settings, the first user code, the administrator code, can get in here. It's why it's recommended to set up multiple user codes if there is more than one person in your home. That way only the administrator can change settings.
Enter user code.
In the advanced settings, the administrator can edit sensors. If there is a sensor that is starting to get annoying, such as your front door constantly making noise and saying front door open, you can shut up that one sensor just by going into edit sensor, looking for the name, here's front door, edit. Now normally chime type is on high wire, that's the sound. You can change the chime to a bunch of different sounds. And there's normally a voice prompt saying front door open. So you go chime to none, voice prompt to off, and save. Now the front door does not make noise when it opens, but the other sensors do. Clicking back, we're still in advanced settings. User management, do not add and remove users using this. It will not add the codes to the door, and it may not show up in the app correctly. But there is one thing that you may want to do in user management here, and that's setting your Duress user code. A Duress user code is a special code that will pretend to disarm your security system, but it will actually signal a silent alarm to have the cops sent. More information will be covered on that in the alarm.com webpage, but here's where you can edit the user Duress code. Currently it is 9998. That would be, for example, somebody breaks into your house, has a gun to your head, telling you to disarm the alarm. You can type in this special code to pretend you're disarming the alarm, but having the cops sent. Back in the advanced settings, Z-Wave settings, you can add and remove your own Z-Wave devices if you are slightly techy and feeling adventurous. Besides that, we don't recommend touching anything else inside here. Clicking back, going back to the home, we're going to swipe down again. Here's our message system. That same thing as clicking TELUS, then messages. Photo frame are the pretty screensavers. Now you can go through and you can delete the ones you don't like. Put in a micro SD card here on the side and add your own family photos. In the settings, here you can change the duration and effect or change it from a photo frame to a weather clock instead. Once again up here at the bar, very important, clean screen. Someday you're going to want to wipe fingerprints off here. Hit clean screen first and it disables touch for 30 seconds so you can wipe off the screen and not accidentally call a silent alarm. You can either wait for the timer to run out or use the power button here on the side to cancel that timer. If the panel is unplugged or the power is out at your property, this panel has a battery backup that should last about 24 hours, but when there is no power, the screen will shut itself off to conserve battery power.